What's up, Enzo? Okay, perfect. I think everything's working. Perfect. Good morning, man. Good morning, Chris. Yeah, man, let's get this day started. We had a nice little sell-off completely, right? Let's just take a look at the pre-market. Ooh, my audio still on. So, yeah, let's pretty much adjust my camera a little bit here. But overall, pretty much continued that sell-off. We kind of bottomed out here again. Yeah, and so I saw your message. I thought I responded. Did I not? Let me check. I thought I responded. Yeah, I did respond. Yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you're loving that 500 tick chart. Those tick charts are really useful for like quick scalps. You can mess around with it on the NQ as well if you wanted to, but ES, definitely 500 tick chart, you can catch some quick scalps. The only thing I say is like you will see moments where it's like the tick chart, okay, it's the starting point of a big move, yes, but if you're focusing on scalping, only go for those scalps, get in and out. Don't worry about if it just keeps running, right? When you're going for scalp moves, you have to be determined to be, hey, I'm in, out, I'm done. That's it. Good morning, Dragon. Good morning, Mandage. Oh yeah, it definitely identifies a breakout because you are able to see where it's consolidating. Much more clear. Yeah, especially if you're just going for a quick 1.2. Most scalps should be like 1 point. With the 500 tick chart, you should be going for like half a point or a point. That's mainly how I do it. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Laura. Yeah, we have like a minute left before open. We hit our levels, we bounced off of them, right? Pretty much overnight, before I went to bed, I saw a nice opportunity popping up here. So I left an order in to go short and I went straight to bed. It filled me in around like 2 a.m. I slept around like 11, but I saw this being a nice area for a potential entry to go short. So I placed my stop loss up here right above our key level, just 1 point above that key level, just to give it a little bit of breathing room. And then I took profit exactly at half of the move, right, between the pivot levels, because there's a big gap between them. If there was a smaller, I would have just tried to go for the pivot level and the key level, right? But it's like there's a big gap. Let me just secure the profit, and we were able to walk away with $887.50, well, right when we're waking up in the morning and logging in. And I love seeing that. So when an opportunity comes, I will take it on the overnight, but it's very rare that I trade the overnight session. And I was just like, I only traded one contract overnight. I was like, you know what? There's no reason to risk anything. Like, let me just give it some breathing room and then let it drop. Because I was expecting it to drop, because what I was looking at, one, we had our key levels up here. Again, those key levels, I started posting them in the Discord. They have their own little channel in it. So you guys can look at them every night, every morning, whenever, right? And then I saw it's like, hey, we're approaching that 200 EMA, and we never it's very unlikely that we just break through that 200 EMA on the first try and then just pump up, right? Especially in a day where we know big tech earnings are coming up today, elections, the VIX is getting higher and higher. So it's like everything was in my favor to go short. I was like, okay, let me just find a proper entry point, and that's exactly what I did here, where it's like, okay, key levels here, you have the 200 EMA, so even if it does break out of it, the 200 EMA a little bit, it should probably be a fake breakout, and that's exactly what this was, and I had to give myself a little bit of a stop, so I gave my, like, what, a 6-point stop, and then I went for, like, what was it, like 18 points on this, or something like that. What's up, Chuck? Yeah, Greg, it is a nice way to start the day. When you have more points of confirmation, like when you approach like key levels and everything, when everything starts to matching up, it's like, hey, this is a proper reversal. Like, hey, like it's supposed to bounce off. Then that's when I was like, okay, let me put it in. Let me go to bed. What happens is what happens. Because everything was measured out. It's like, hey, my profit, my risk to reward ratio was in my favor. So even if I lost, I wasn't losing like a crazy amount. I was losing 6 points on one contract. That's not much. It would be nice if I just held it through, right? Just went straight to the pivot level. That would have been double. Just on one contract. If I took two, that'd be nice. But oh well. I'm not ever gonna complain about a profit. Let's see what we're doing at market open. We are open right now. Choppy start. That's cool. Let's see what happens. I might just drop down to the 3-minute charts today a little bit. Maybe try to go for a quick scalp. If I get an algo alert, for sure I'll take that. But if not, then we're not doing it. VIX is at like 39. We've been just pumping that up and up and up. So definitely keep an eye out on that, guys. VIX is dropping at the open. That's okay, but I think it still is in control. Like, you know, that fear is still there. Have you ever heard of a 610 tick chart? I have never heard about the 610 tick chart. Maybe they're doing something very specific for a specific vehicle. But I don't know, but I've never personally traded the 610 tick chart. The only ones I've traded are the 500 tick and the 2000 tick. Fib number 610. Yeah, but how would that correlate to um the tick chart though? Because fib levels, that's when you draw out your fibs and you see, okay, that's that key level, but just because that's the number, I don't know how that makes sense. If it works, it works, but for me, it's just like hearing about it, I don't know. Because that just feels like somebody's just making it up, right? You shorted YM at the ceiling. Okay, let's pull that chart up too as well. Let's see. I'm assuming it's the 5-minute charts? Yep, 5-minute charts. Nice. You should probably be getting your 100 tick soon. You probably got your 100 tick already then. Right, because the ceiling was at 2640, 26439. Oh, that's interesting. Nice job, Armin. Glad to see you're getting profits, man. Might look for another short here. Setting up pretty nicely, going off our key level, drop down, continue that trend. We're slowly breaking out of this little consolidation area that we've just made. That's nice to see. Thanks. Let's see if we can hit 54.75. Just gotta break through that right there. Should hit it. But regardless, I'm gonna move my stop to break even. Yep, we got filled right there. Perfect. Caught the drop. Nice $1,100 day. Now let's see what happens. Saw the setup. It was breaking out of pure market structures. It was breaking right through that consolidation area, and I knew we were still headed to the short side. I was having the eye on the wicks. Wicks started pushing up. We knew ES is going to push down. That fear is going up. Today's an earnings day, so Armin was talking about YM, Chris. He's the one that's nailing the 100 ticks every time on the YM, which is awesome. That delta to support, that is beautiful. This is just plainly playing off like market structure where price just consolidates. We look for the break, we look for extra confirmation. We saw the wicks rising. It's just a quick move. I was not looking for any long positions here at all. So I was only looking for short positions. So we still have that room to push down to our key levels. These are key levels that we can potentially hit. That'd be pretty insane, but I wouldn't be surprised. But hey, I'm not gonna complain if it drops, considering that I will be able to buy up shares of TQQ again. Make some nice swing plays on that. If you guys trade some stocks, definitely keep that an eye open on that one. If you guys want, I will put up my personal alert, like the algo, as well as like exactly when I got in. I can post that on the Discord if you guys want. That way, it's like you guys know. It's like, hey, I put my money where my mouth is, right? Like right here. Good morning, Mustafa. Now let's just see what's gonna happen with the market. I'm very interested to see if we continue dropping. I'm glad we exited right at our target. Definitely do hit that like button, guys. You know it helps me out. You know I love like that support. Yeah, Lewis, I always look at the wicks. Like I check it on a daily basis just to make sure, especially this year. Before it wasn't really on my radar too much just because it's like we're just trending upwards like last couple years, but this year I have had my eye on it. I just use it to make sure like everything's in sync, right? It's like, hey, the wicks is going up, ES better be pushing down, right? Because it's the wicks is pretty much the fear indicator. You're buying at 32.53. Okay, let's see how that works out. What's your target gonna be, Laura? You're buying at 32.53. Let's watch this trade. Let's see how it works out. 52.53 is right here. Is it based on your fib levels again? Stop at 32.44. Okay. See if we can draw that out. Is there a channel I can draw? Nope. Draw a box. 32 53. 44. So your entries right here, stops right here. I'm assuming take profit would be at this level at 67. Sell at Astro time 10:08. Okay, that's interesting. It's like time-based profits. I've never seen that before. Hey, but if it's working for you, that's awesome. Let's see what the news is today. I'm kind of surprised we pumped back up right now. It's interesting. US GDP booms at 33.1% rate in Q3, better than expected. US job claims fall to 751,000, their lowest level since March. That's good. How is Moderna saying they're gonna have a global launch for the COVID vaccine and it takes 1.1 billion in deposits, but everyone's been saying that the long-term effects for the vaccine have been showing that they're predicting that it cause strokes and like other issues. So it's like how I don't know how that would get passed. Moving stop at 32.55 under full green bar on the 2-minute chart. Okay. You're securing your profits. That's good. I like seeing that. Making sure you're not risking anything anymore, and then you can just ride out till your 10:08 target. I mean, after you're done with the trade, Laura, if you want to explain your strategy, like I would love to hear it. I'm sure everyone else would too, but you kind of called those bottoms pretty nicely. Yeah, Lewis. Like that's what I was understanding, man. Like it's like they're predicting that long-term effects for the vaccine, if they just pump it out right now, that people are gonna have like worse problems in the future. And I'm like, dude, that's not the way it's supposed to work. This is interesting. Use Astro Time from Mr. Norm. I'll look into it after the stream's done and everything. I'll definitely look into it. It's pretty interesting. I'm always open to learning new things. Okay. Okay, you enter on the 1 minute and manage it on the 2 minute. Okay, that's interesting. Mr. Normanski called me. You only have 10 minutes to work on this trade? Oh man, time crunch. The amount of different strategies I learned from just streaming, it's kind of crazy. I love that we are all helping each other out. Why I'm fourth time testing the 200 SMA? Okay. I don't personally use the SMA, I use the EMA. 10:08 Eastern. Okay, perfect. I'll have to note that down. Pushing up pretty nicely. Solid candles. Hmm. This is interesting. We're kind of pushing up pretty nice too. Pretty strong candles. Nice buyer support coming in, pushing right through the sellers. We'll do like a little hypothetical play. Because if it goes to 80, probably go to like 92. It's just a little hypothetical play. I'm not getting in on any trade. I'm not giving up any of my profits today. I'm happy with that, what I have. Let's see, it's pushing. A big candle. This is going the opposite direction of the trend, so unless it's like doing a nice breakout completely. We'll see how well it works out. Hypothetically, our entry point would be here, right at 32.83, like 33.83.50 to 32.99.50, right? That's if it breaks above this. But again, we have that 200 EMA. I don't like playing that, but that's why I've said this is a hypothetical move, just to see how it plays out, right? And that too, it has to break through within the next candle or two, and that's it. So we'll see. Maybe we can get like a good amount of buyers just jumping right in. That'd be pretty interesting. Moving stop 232.60. That's nice. I'm glad you're securing that in. Copper not confirming the upside move yet. YM is waiting for a pullback on the 1 minute. That's awesome. Okay, okay. Let's see. YM. I mean, yeah, if YM can get to the floor and then you can grab that, that'd be pretty nice. But I'm looking at the 5-minute chart right here. That'll be interesting. Let's see. Right now, resistance at the 200 moving average in the 2-minute chart. Okay, makes sense. Our like 5-minute chart, 200 EMA is right here as well at 32.81. It's pretty common to see a bounce there, right? Yep, this is the hypothetical thing. I'm just gonna remove it now. Just it didn't break above. That's why I always break above the candles. 32.90 to 32.95, good area to sell. Yeah, definitely. I could see that. That's where you kind of just bounced off a couple times right here. Thank you, Warren. Yeah, that $887 was from the overnight. I just took that because I saw a very good point where we're, pushing down. And I got in on it. I gotta put the 5-minute charts up for that one. Right here, key level, 200 EMA. I knew like the first test was it's gonna be a fake out essentially, and we're still continuing that downtrend. So I was only looking for a short position. Entered here, put my stop loss right 1 point above our key level just to give it that buffer room. And then boom, I went for half of this move right here between the key levels. 6 minutes to get out of trade. It's super interesting that you guys use time to do the trade. I've never heard of that, but it's kind of cool. I think in Mandate you have to like type in Mr. Norm and then you have to type in Astro time as well. Moving stop to 32.69. I love that you're trailing your stop. You're securing your profits in. That's what matters. Because in this type of market, we need to make sure we secure our profits in. That's good trade mentality right there. Here, I'll show you what I see on my page when I type in Astro. I typed in Astro time from Mr. Norm Winsky. Got this. There's the YouTube video, and then I think there's blogtalkradio.com that talks about it, as well as astrotrend.com. So maybe you can check that out. Maybe you have to just type in Astro time from Mr. Norm Nowinski. Oh, thank you, Laura. I'm assuming it'd be one of these, right? It says astrotrend.com, Mr. Norm Winsky. I guess you have to email him? This is definitely something I'll have to check out. It, here's what I'll do. If I'll after the stream or tonight, I will look more into it, and if I find the proper link and if I can verify everything, then I will post it on the Discord, and you guys can check it out as well, and then you can do your research on it, right? That dude gave you a call a few weeks ago? Oh, okay. That's interesting. 2 minutes to stop the trade. Okay. Hey, you're walking away good. Right now, it seems like everything's in your direction. So you're in profit. You're letting it ride up. You still have like 10 points of profit on the table still, and more. Some support pulling up at 32.80. Gotten taken out. Interesting. Okay, okay. Let's see. I want to make sure you walk away nice on this trade. I would definitely just lock it in at 32, like 87 if it gets there right now in the next minute or so. Because that'd be a nice little pump up, 3 points. Because a lot more sellers are starting to step in. Yeah, I'm not looking for any moves at the moment. Like, it's just jumping back and forth. I gotta let it until I get a full confirmation of something. Then sure, I'll get in. But right now, I have my profits. I'm not looking to give my money away. um, we have been waiting patiently. It's nice to see we have a nice good day like this. Because this month has been something else. That's awesome. You definitely walked away with at least, like, what was it? You entered at 52. 62 was 10 points. 72 was 20. 20, like 26 points or something like that, right? Or 28 points. That's awesome, Laura. That's a nice day of profit. Were you trading micros or were you trading regular ES? Regular? Oh, dude, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. That was a good trade. You're managing your stops, you're moving it up, you're in profit and then trailing it. That right there is a proper trade, guys. That's awesome. She stuck to her plan and trailed her stops, made sure she was in profit, not risking anything after a certain point. That's awesome. Man, did you want Mr. Norm to call you? Next Astro time at 10:32. Okay. So how does this whole Astro time thing work? Like at 10:32, are we just looking to short? Like, is that how it works? I never heard about it, so I don't really know anything about it, but yeah. Definitely do hit that like button, guys. I know you guys support me every day. Appreciate that. It means a lot. If you're new, definitely do subscribe. And if you're completely new, you know that you should know that there is a free course down below that you guys can use if you're a new trader or just want to learn. It's completely free. And then definitely do join that Discord channel. I post the key levels for the futures, as well as you have all my alerts from stocks and futures as well popping up automatically on the Discord. So you get them right when I see them as well. Does this work for Gemini? I don't know. If Matt made a comeback, that's awesome for him, man. Pretty sure that was a high stress situation though. No, if it's going down or up, wait for the time, make a decision, then place a stop under the 1 minute bar low. Okay. Laura, do you know if there's like a video explaining this strategy or anything like that, or no? Or maybe like just a little blog post or something. Like when I like to listen to a strategy, I like to make sure I get all the rules in place. That way I can actually understand how that person means to like tell people, right? And then do all the astro times that the area was the top of the move and did not hold it high. Okay. I'm happy you got out with profit. That's awesome. Because now it's starting to come right back down. Yeah, if he was just scalping and he made all of his losses back, dude, that's awesome for him. That's I know I'm not gonna. He would never do that. But to be honest, like that seems more like revenge trading more than anything. You drop down that much, any normal trader would, if they followed the rules, they'd step away and come back. But purely just going after it like that, that's pure revenge. He has a site and then he'll explain it for free with an appointment over the phone. Okay, I'll check it out then. I'll let you guys know what I think about it. Dunder Coupleman, I think it's sketchy to be honest. What do you think is sketchy, Dunder? The Astro time or the scalping? YM rejected at WeWap, okay. Wix is looking like it wants to find support right here on the 5 minute charts for the Wix at least. Let's see. If it does, then we all know. Yes. Gonna be pumping right back down. Let's take a look at corn because still looking into it. Crude oil, on the other hand, sold off. The drawdown and scalping, yeah, dude, that is kind of insane. Like, I don't know what his scalping method is, to make that much. Because like, if I had the power to like scalp to make like 6,000, 7,000 a day, then I would just stick to doing that. Yeah, man, I really do want to figure corn out just for like shits and giggles, to just to say that, hey, I traded corn. I made money from corn. I just want to be able to say that one time at least. So I'm just like looking into it on the side, like every night I'm like taking a little peek at it, trying to understand it, doing more research about it. But once everything's like finalized, I'll make my move in it. I just find that super funny that, like, you go to your family party like a Christmas or whatever, and you're like, hey, what do you do for a living? I trade corn. And the other one is soybeans. I remember I saw the commercial. I think even Top Step's commercial was like, oh, have you mastered the market on soybeans? Then you should join us. Would you like to trade corn using the moon cycles? I don't know. I mean, I have to check out the whole Astro Times and everything, and then I'll definitely, if I like it, then I do more back testing on it. Definitely will check it out and do some back testing and document my results. That way you guys can see if it's actually useful or not for you, right? Yep, Lewis, wheat, corn, soybeans. You're the one that got me into this whole corn and soybeans and wheat thing. Until you, dude. Until Lewis like showed up, like I didn't know about. I knew they existed, but I never really looked into it. But after Lewis kept talking about it, I kept poking my head into it. Long YM from the floor. Okay, let's take a look at that chart, right? Did it hit the floor? Maybe in the 1 minute it hit the floor? Okay, 1 minute it hit the floor. Okay. So what Armand is talking, yeah, copper too. That I haven't really looked into. I should. 1 second. Yep. So Armand was talking about YM, the 1 minute floor, right? You got the bounce right there. Let's see. That'd be pretty nice. I wish that you're the best, Armand. I hope you get your 100 ticks. Where'd the 100 tick be? If you got in right here, right? Oh, you probably are right about to get it pretty soon. Right there. You should probably get it, to be honest. Let's see. Yep, that 100 tick right there. Lewis, I have been looking at the crude oil though that you've been talking about, the Kentler channel, or Kentler. Did I say it wrong? Whatever. But yeah, I found that one pretty interesting. Your 20-minute strategy with the Kentler channel. I haven't entered any trades on it yet because like every time the move happens, it seems to happen in the overnight primarily. So I haven't really caught any move on that. Nothing has. I never saw anything in the morning. But yeah. Wonder if there's manure futures. I hope not. You're trading copper at 305, stop at 303. Okay. Good luck, Laura. Learn hogs and live cattle. Okay. So many things. I don't know if is cattle a thing that I could trade on Top Step? I don't know. I really don't know. I'll definitely look into lean hogs and live cattle. Has that worked out well for you, Lewis? And do you always use like the candle channel for all your trades, or for each chart are you using something different? 'Cause I know for different markets you do need some different strategies as well. It's pumping up pretty well. You traded all, but favorite is ES. Yeah, man. ES is where I primarily made my profits. That and then just swing trading stocks. That way I always have something going for me. Because like, sometimes the future ES can be dead, right? It's like it's completely boring. You don't get a couple trades. Like you can, as you guys saw for the past like couple days, I haven't really gotten like trades back to back to back. It's always been like, oh, I get one trade today, and then next 2 days, there's no trades. 10 minutes till next Astro time. Okay. Yeah, you said. I believe you said like what, 10:32 or 10:30. 10:32, right? Let's see what happens at 10:32. It's crazy how many different strategies there are for the markets. I remember I was reading an article, like it was like a very like old article. It was like talking about like somebody like the 1990s where they would predict that the market would go down based on the weather. So if it was like raining in New York, they would say the market would go down. And I was like, what correlation does it have with rain? They're like, oh, it affects like trader psychology because it doesn't look good outside for them and everything. And I was like, what? Laura, you said you trade hog and cattle via Astro Time. Cattle on favor, hog inverse. Oh, interesting. Good morning, Yulsties. How are ya? I don't know if that's a joke or not, but I'll say happy birthday. It's not? Okay. That's why I was confused. Let's see what's happening. You said 10:32 is the next Astro time. I'm kind of curious. I mean, our previous target when we're doing that little hypothetical play back here, right? If it breaks above this candle right here, we did say that it would go to 99.75. It's right here. So let's see what happens. Yeah, Lewis, we had nice trades today. One nice quick move right here, and then the overnight trade that took a nice short, nice 800 there. We had a nice $1,187.50 of profit today, which is awesome. Oh no, it's not a joke. Oh, then yeah, happy birthday, Sergio. Hope you have a nice day, man. Yeah, this is like the trade breakdown. But that overnight trade, I was completely like dead asleep when this took place. Nicely, nice smooth. I want to see if we hit that 99.75, right? Because our entry was in the 3-minute candles. So I'll go back there. Custom time. We would have been at 83, which was right 83.50. 299.75. Sergio, I put it in like before I went to bed. I saw nice areas for a nice little, you know, push right back down, right? So before I went to bed, around like 11 o'clock right here, like around here, that's when I really put it. Like at 11 o'clock my time. I left the order to get short right here. Put my stop loss right up here. So my entry was like 33.03. My stop was 33.12. And my take profit was right here at 32.85. So I went for an 18-point move. Okay, this is the Astro time. So Laura, after you get in your trade, if you are getting into a trade, let me know. So I'm guessing we'd be looking for a short, or what's happening? You said 1 minute chart, right? So is Astro time right now? You would get short, I'm assuming. I don't know. That's what I'm asking. But short or long, I don't know. If we're trying to go for like little flip, then it'd be going short. Put the stop right there, like 32.92, and then go down, right? BTC rising? Oh, okay. I gotta keep an eye out on that. I don't trade. No trade yet? Okay. Yeah, let me know. After you get in your trade, make your trade first and everything. That's what's important. Make sure you get your profits in and everything. After you make your trade, let us know what your like thinking behind it is and your entries. That'd be awesome. YM chart you show is not on the same platform, right? The YM chart I showed was on TradingView. So I use TradingView for my main analysis because I have 4 screens in front of me, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and TradingView, I'll have my main analysis. That's where I do everything. Tradevate, I just execute all my futures orders in. But then on TradingView, because I have my TradeStation account linked to it, I trade for my swing plays for stocks right on TradingView. Makes my life super easy. Your bias is long, but support to short. Okay. I mean, if we look at like the overall trend, right? If we go jump right back into 5 minutes, it's just testing that 200 EMA again. We normally see nice bounces. We saw that bounce here and here. We might get another bounce. Let's see. We have 2 key levels right back to back. Based on the rules, okay. That's what's important. Follow your rules. You use Astron Extremes, okay. Interesting. Your risk now is bigger? I don't like hearing that. I like small risk, high reward. Not high risk, small reward, right? You guys will know that I preach about risk management so much. That's why I stopped scalping, because they didn't have a good risk to reward ratio and the win rate kept falling. Just in this market. If I short 32.90, my stop is too close. Okay. Yeah, but dude, I think TradingView is by far like one of the best platforms. Like I've just gotten so accustomed to it and use it so much that whenever I try to use a different platform, I'm kind of annoyed. If all I want TradingView to do is introduce brackets and I will just be using that and nothing else. Looking for long if the candle closes above VWAP? Question mark? I don't know. I don't have the VWAP on my chart. I just have the 200 EMA. Yeah, if you're Laura, if you're not feeling completely confident about it, that means your gut's telling you something. Hey, like you need to stay out of it. And if you secured your profits and you're happy with those, then you hit your goal. And just wait for the perfect A plus setup, right? Don't go for those B moves or C moves. Like, wait for that A plus setup. I'm still interested to see because of my hypothetical trade before if it would hit at 32.99.75. Yeah, Armin, everyone is different. Like that's why I say like you guys can have your own because like look at everyone here has a different trading strategy, but we're all coming together, right? That tells you like, hey, everyone's still making money, which is awesome. That's why I tell you like there's millions of ways to make money in the markets. You just gotta stick to a proper plan and execute. Astro works well, but that not give you the direction. Oh, okay. So if I would short, I would have to be stopped by now. Yeah, true. I don't know if we're gonna go long yet, guys. Something's telling me we're still gonna jump right back down. And that reason for the reasoning for that is one, we have so many like resistance levels and we're still in that downtrend, right? Like overall, like long term, this is just a pure downtrend. Boom, 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 boom. Bouncing off that 200 EMA, pushing down again. We might start to hover around the 200 EMA right now and bounce back and forth. But until like the big tech earnings are over, I don't think we'll be getting long like completely. Copper moving not higher, okay. Yeah, executing is the hardest part, right? It's about sticking to that plan and making sure you don't deviate from it. Because like if you do your back testing, guys, like you guys see me say this all the time. Like if you do your back testing and you see the results there and you did it properly, you'll see the results again when it comes time, right? When you're doing live trading, but you have to stick to the same plan. A lot of people they get scared. They're like, "Oh, I gotta take my profit. Like I'm at like 2 points of profit. Let me just take it out." But your target was 5 points. Wait for those 5 points because then you'll be annoyed afterwards because like, "Hey, I didn't take that 5 points even though it went right because I took it out too because I got scared." If you have a plan and you know it works, you have nothing to be scared about, right? That's where your confidence kicks in. It's like, hey, dude, if you actually back tested it for a long time and documented all your results and tested everything out, then you know it's like, hey, if it hits my stop, it hits my stop. But because that's like, if I have an 85% win rate, I have to take those 15% of losses at some point, right? And whenever I lose a trade, I'm like, hey, that's just part of that 15% that I'm losing or that 20% that I have to lose overall. So that's why when it hits my stop, I'm not like, oh man, like it's like no, it's yeah, it sucks that we lost that money, but we know we'll get it back because our strategy works. It's been tested time and time again, and we've been profitable from it. So there's no reason to deviate from the plan. Just let it ride out, manage your stops, and you're good. If you've been trading for a while, you know that hey, you have to let your winners ride a little bit and go to your like exit point, right? Take profit level. When you start out, you kind of let your losers run. He's like, you're like, oh, it'll come back up. It'll come back up. It'll come back up. It never does. And then when we're winning, we end up taking, oh, we're up profit. Oh, I'm just going to take it right now, which is like the wrong mentality, right? Your 30% comes when Trump tweets. Yeah. Dude, the stupid part is like they SEC goes after like Elon Musk for like, oh, you're manipulating the markets and whatnot and saying this stuff, right? But then you have like Trump doing all these same like tweets about the market. It's like, oh, this deal is gonna happen, this deal is gonna happen. Everybody's reacting about it, but they don't tell him, hey, just stop tweeting. I will never take a trade without a stop loss. If you take a trade without a stop loss, you are entering high risk territory already. Because you know at any given point, say some random news drops or some random event, God forbid, like a disaster happens, we know the market reacts immediately, pushes right down. And if there's like even a second where you're not looking at the screen, it's like, oh, you went to the bathroom, oh, you went down to go get food or whatever, right? It's like you could burn through your whole account. And if I see a lot of beginners when they start out, they don't learn the fundamentals. They don't even know what a stop loss is. And I'm like, dude, you don't know what a stop loss is. That means you didn't even start learning. Armin, your time work reasonability. Oh, yeah, man, it's cookies. Let's see. Oh, I forgot. I have to send an email quick. You'll never trade if my setup has no signal. That is guessing and not trading. Exactly, Armand. That's 100% correct. I'm still waiting to see our hypothetical move that we said it's gonna hit our target. My target was 499.75. Just waiting to see if we hit that. I don't know if I'll ever do that. That sounds more like a thing to do at the casino, not with your trading, but I would be like so really shook if somebody was actually like consistently making money just flipping a coin. It's like the crazy theories I was talking about before, right? It's like back in the 90s, some guy was writing articles about saying, oh, if the you have to check the weather in New York, right? That's where all the institutions are located. As if it's like raining or like a snowstorm or a blizzard or something like that, the market's gonna go down that day. I'm like, dude, that's not how it works. I'll put everything on red. Corn rising, bonds dropping. Okay. I kind of want, dude. I'm happy when the market sells off. Like that just gives me better positions to buy my stocks and like add to my portfolio. You saw a YouTuber doing the same thing on options. What, he was flipping a coin, Mandich? He was more profitable with a coin toss than callouts. Yikes. Now, you know what, man? Some people are just lucky. Why am 5 minutes struggling to win SMA? Not surprised. Next Astro time at 11:46. Okay. Yikes. What's up, Deep? Thanks, man. I'm happy I made some profit too. Hopefully you did too. I'm really just waiting to see because we have like that hypothetical if we got in here. We'd want it to reach 99.75. That was my target. I'm literally just waiting to see if we can hit that target. It has been pushing up slowly. If it pushes up this whole day, I think at market close we'll see a big drop because obviously you have earnings coming out. ABC pattern on the NQ. Okay. Yeah, dude, green is green, dude. That's all that matters. Make sure that you're being consistent with your plan and just getting those profits in. It's all about just growing, right? Make the baby steps every day, and then you'll be surprised by how far you reach. Let's see what happens. Armand, your YM chart's pretty much is going off, right? That 1 minute chart, you caught that bounce, it's still going up. It's hitting that floor again, right? Is that something you're gonna be getting into again, or is that not worth it anymore? I love the support, guys. I just saw the likes count. Thank you so much. By email? Yeah, sure. You can just email me at the enhanced trades email if you would like. I have that one set. That one's just set for specifically for trading stuff. So here, let me post it on the chat right now. I love how you said host. My Laura, my name's Jay. I guess I should have added that to the description, right? My bad. No, you'd rather wait for a 5 minute floor. Okay. Makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, feel free to email me there at any time. Or the Discord. I'm more active on that Discord because it goes straight to my phone. But yeah. If you guys ever want to chat about something, always Discord, email, whichever one works for you guys. I'm more than happy to chat. Just talk about strategies or like performance or whatever, right? See how it reacts. I mean, I said it before, like that 200 EMA might start bouncing back and forth here, right? And then we'll get rid of this whole hypothetical thing. I'll put like a little bit of a range between here and here. This is most likely where it's gonna, based on like the volume nodes as well. Price might just start bouncing back and forth here for a little while. We'll see. Yeah, no one did post on the community strategy page on Discord. I think I'll start posting some more stuff on their different strategies, and I guess maybe that can get people started on that. It takes time. Maybe some people just didn't realize that there was a new part to it. Matt is up 425. Okay, that's good for him. We might start seeing a little dip again. Yeah, deep. I think we're still gonna push to the downside by the end of the day, regardless. Big tech earnings always makes the market go down a little bit, especially with all this news. I mean, Mandich, you can post your win rate and how successful it is for you, and then people can go based on that, because maybe people can tweak it. Maybe they can give you advice on how your strategy works, or maybe there's something you should add to it. That's the whole point, right? But yeah, deep, I think we're still gonna push down. Could see a little scalp moment right here. I'm not getting in on anything. I really don't want to give up my profits again. I feel like if it drops right now, it's gonna go right to 76.75 at least. Here, I'll make a new little box. $76.75. 76 at 77. Still 77. There we go. Yeah, deep. The one of the main things, like all this earnings, you have the pre-election, Wix is going higher and higher. It's like it's best to stay with everything, right? You sent me a copy of the Astro Times. Thank you, Laura. I'll definitely check it out today. I'll give you some feedback on what I think and everything. If I have questions, I'll definitely email you back. Yeah, let me go on it right now, actually. I actually didn't receive anything. Maybe I'll give it maybe I'll give it a minute, Laura, at just let it refresh maybe, but I didn't receive anything to the email yet. Just make sure if you type the email out, if you didn't copy paste the email, make sure that dot goes in between enhanced and trades. There is a little period there, so maybe that's why. If we still look at the overall trend, like we are still pushing down. Take a look at the ES on the 1 hour charts. Slowly pushing up, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. Just got it, Laura. I'll definitely check it out. Let's see. So 10:08 you have stocks, T-bonds in US, and then 11:46 a.m. you have cattle, coffee, copper. Okay, okay. This is interesting. I have to understand what everything means, but I'll do more research on it. Oh, I'm glad I can help. That's why I started this channel, just to help people out, you know? So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, my main purpose for starting this channel in the Discord, yeah, I have one, like I want to promote the enhanced trades algo. That is like my side hustle thing, but it's also to help people, right? Built out a system to help people, and then the community as well, the whole Discord channel. I'm trying to build that so that people can really help each other out, put them in the right direction. There's too many people out there that are just like just scamming people out of their money, asking them to pay like $2,000 for a course. I was like, nope, that has to stop. So that's why I made it free. And people have been spreading the word about it. And I love that. So in any way that I can help, I'm trying to help. I know people love watching like high frequency traders because it's like fun and cool. But like in reality, you take your proper setups when they come and that's it. And everyone here seems to be on the same page with that, where we have to wait for our setups, and I love that. Let's see what's happening. This month has been slow for the algo alerts. That's why I made the next month free for a lot of people that are subscribed. Because hey, it's not like this month has been slow. I don't want them to pay for something that you haven't really been getting too many alerts on. I have a question. Do you add to a position when long on the way up and when short on the way down? So I don't add to positions because for me, my entries and exits are very crucial. So especially because I built the algo system out for my entries, right? I'm not looking to add, I'm not looking to scale away, right? I'm not that type of trader where for me it's like, hey, I have a specific point of entry. This is my confirmation. I get in right there with my 2 contracts, and then I will ride it out to my take profit levels. I'll start trailing my stop, but I'm not going to be adding to it because that's just adding more risk. Because say something random happens, especially in this volatile market, it's going to go against me. So for that reason, to avoid more risk, I don't add to positions. Because yes, in some cases, yeah, it will help you out and you can make more, but there's going to be those other times where it's going to bite you, right? And for me, I'm more conservative. I care more about making sure my capital is safe and preserved and following that risk management strategies, right? So to the simple answer, I don't add to my positions. Because I think the other guy that you guys watch, Matt, I think he adds to his positions or adds to his losers. I think that's what you guys been telling me, and I think that's when he got burned yesterday too, right? I definitely do want to make some more content for YouTube about risk management, trading psychology, and all that, and strategies as well. I've just been kind of lazy to do it because it takes a lot of effort too. Because you gotta make the videos, make the PowerPoint for it, and then explain everything, and practice it a little bit. So it takes a lot of time out of my day. It's like, yeah, even though it's like, oh yeah, you can make a 20-minute video, you got to do a lot more background work to make that 20-minute video proper, right? Yeah, it's like I would never add to my losers. That the only time you can add, even if the market's going down against you, is if you're going for your long-term portfolio, right? If this was my retirement account and say I saw Apple take a dip, even though I bought it at their all-time high, normally I would have my stop loss in regardless, but say I didn't have a stop loss and everything, I wouldn't mind, okay, buying the dip because then I'm dollar cost averaging. And for the long run, that's completely okay. But for short-term trading like this, adding to your losers doesn't really make sense. I never understood that concept, why people would add to their losers in short-term trading. In their long-term trading, long-term portfolios, it makes sense because, okay, you can dollar cost average because you know the market's built to go up, right? Are they flying? We're at 161 now. That's awesome. Yeah, we're at 161. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for the 161 subscribers. If you're new, definitely do hit that subscribe button. We trade every day. Yeah, Laura, I know you're saying add to it when it's going my way as well. I just don't like that because if at any point you market can reverse on you, right? Especially when you're intraday. Like one big seller or but one big buyer can make a shift in the market because that throws a lot of technicals off, right? That's the only reason I don't add to my positions, even if I'm winning. I just don't feel comfortable with it because I have my set plan and I have my set stop loss and everything, so it's like everything's measured out. And since I do trade on the Top Steps account, then I have to abide by their rules of their daily loss limits. So it's like if I add more positions, I can't give it that room to breathe. So even if it has to come back down a little bit and then it pushes back up, I won't be able to do that, right? That's why in this market I've been trading one, two contracts. You haven't seen me trade 3 contracts this year because it's like too volatile. Exactly, like because then you would beat yourself up. It's like, oh, why did I add this? I should have just let it be, right? So that's another good reason that you pointed out. Like that's another thing you want to avoid. You want to avoid mental stress, and that's why I built out the algo as well, just to keep that stress level down. Just wait for the alert. You know where your stop loss is. You know where your take profit is. Like you have nothing to worry about. Just get in and let it do its thing. Oh, thank you so much, Laura. Yeah, for me, it's really about making sure I remain calm and not being too stressed out. Because in the beginning, when I traded futures and lost a little bit of money in the beginning, right when I started, I was like super stressful because it's like, oh crap, I just lost it right now. It's like, oh, what do I do now? And like, it was going back and forth. But then that's why I was like kept building on my system, getting building on my system, and then I made it as simple as possible to the point where I get an alert, and that's when I have to get in a trade, right? Oh, that's awesome, Laura. That's what I would love to hear. That's why I'm here. I wanted to help people out, just to share my knowledge with everyone, right? If there's certain topics you guys want to learn about or want me to make a video about, please feel free to reach out or just type it in the chat. Like, I'm more than happy. If I have the knowledge about it, I will make a video about it and explain it. I will never make a video just to make a video, right? Like, I'll only talk about stuff I'm actually like proficient in and have experience in. When people come to me with different strategies and it's like, oh, use this and use this, I was like, I really don't have familiar. I'm not familiar with that. So it's like I don't make videos, I don't talk about it because it's like I'm not trying to lead people in the wrong direction just to get a simple view on YouTube, right? It's not about that for me. I'm not here on YouTube to make money off of YouTube. It's just nice to meet people and build that community. It's that gateway for me. If I wanted to make money on YouTube, I'd start a different channel. Actually, that'd be pretty nice. Talk about personal finance and everything. I love finance, so I'd like helping people manage money management, especially investing in your long-term portfolios, your regular financial tips, budgeting, as well as like understanding your credit and proper things to do when you're buying a house or selling a house, and all those little life tips that really help you save a lot of money, right? Dollar gaining momentum. Okay, that's good. Yeah, Armin. Yeah, when you are trading a leverage, probably you don't add to your position. Like, dude, the only time you can add to a position is when you're building for your long-term portfolio. If you're in your Roth IRA or 401k, yeah, you can add to your positions and keep letting it grow, right? Because you have like, if you're like me in your 20s, like you have like 40 years ahead of you to cash out on that. But intraday trading, I just don't like it. There's credit card channels? I didn't know that. I mean, people love credit cards because they love borrowing money that they don't have. That's the issue. With me, with my credit card, I have an alert on my phone that says paid off every 2 weeks. I don't care what the balance is. I pay it off. That's how I make sure my credit score is high. Downside may show 23-minute to Astro. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Maybe down the line I'll plan everything out to make like a personal finance and like life tips channel where I can just help people out. Right? It's like everything I've been through, like say college, for example, like how you can save money on college, what you can do, how to succeed, all that, and then how to get your job, your resume tips and everything, and then go to your personal finance as you start out. Paying your loans back, that was a big deal for me. Still hate that. Still hate that I had to take out loans. But I'm glad I was able to pay them back and be done with them completely. I think the biggest thing I would ever talk about to people or preach about to people is like open your Roth IRA and start trading, swing trading in your Roth IRA, right? You see people in leased cars and 300K apartments. Yeah, dude, dude, like I don't understand that. Like I personally don't like that. Like when my car dies, then that's when I'll get one. Even I love cars, but I just can't. I don't want to spend the money on a car first. Like I want to buy properties first and then buy the cars and make the properties pay for the cars. Like it's a sacrifice I have to make because like I love cars. Like I want to get a nice car for so bad, but just like I know in the long run I'll be much happier with buying a property and having that. You're up last night at the same time you were shorting in the market. I missed the short, but I was able to get my longs out at the initial spike. Okay, that's good. If you broke even or even took like a little bit of profit, that's still good because that means you're managing your positions properly and you're not just being like stubborn or doing anything like that, right? So that's definitely good mentality that you have, that you're noticing the patterns and taking it out when you have to. That's good. Yeah, you got to live at some point. I do agree, but dude, I'm still young. Like I have my time ahead of me, so it's like I know that sacrifice will pay off. But the cars, dude, if you look at the depreciation and I understand what depreciation actually is, you're like, cars are simply the worst thing you could buy. And if I ever buy a car, I'm never buying it new because the minute I drive it off the lot and have it for like like 2 months, you lose pretty much 20% of the value immediately. And then after 1 year, you lose like 30 to like 40%. You still made decent money. That's what matters, Laura. It's okay. If you can't catch every single move, right? It's about to hit that 99.75 like I was talking about before. I really just want to see it hit that 99.75. That just gives me like personal gratification that my analysis was right. For me, it's not even driving about a new car. That's never been a thing for me. It's like I need to have it new. That never bothered me. Like, I know for some people it's like, oh, if it's used, I don't want it. It's like, why does it matter? I like the way it runs. I like the way it drives. For me, it's more like I think for me, what I'm actually gonna end up doing is having a normal car, like a nice just sedan or SUV or whatever, or just keep my car until it goes, because I still have a lot of life left in it. But after that, it's like nice one sports car and then one normal car, and then have this like sports car that I like to just have it on the weekends. That way. 1 second, guys. I just gotta take this real quick call. Pelosi in the news. She loved used cars. Okay, yeah, dude. Like, you can get some good deals on some nice sports cars as well. Like, and the thing, like, if I really like one, I would just end up keeping it forever, because I think I would just grow that attachment to it. I was always a fan of like the Nissan GTRs and like some Audis as well. And like if I buy a sports car, that's what I'll end up getting. And then I'd want to keep it for a long time. Or if I buy a classic car, right? And the thing with me is if I ever really want like that pure exotic car, which makes no sense, right? It's nice to have, yeah, sure. But like I just wanted that because you don't really get to drive the exotic car as a daily driver, right? Unless you're making like millions and millions of dollars, that's a different story. But like, it's like for me, I'll just rent it out whenever I want, and then keep it for that day or whatever, right? Selling, showing up for a bit. Okay, let's see. Or maybe I'd like flip cars, get a nice sports car that are used, nice price point, and then keep it for a little, like a year or two, and then get rid of it and then switch and swap. How did you add your algo alerts to pop up in your Discord when they go off? You have to use like the webhooks on Discord to do that. If you Google webhooks on Discord, you'll be able to add that to it. So that way you can get the alerts to go to your Discord channel or wherever, right? Hmm. Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. I remember I used to watch him like a couple years ago. It was entertaining. But yeah, he does do that. He does do the flipping the cars. Yeah, man. Honestly, I respect him for that because he's enjoying it, right? It's not like he just puts it there and everything. I haven't joined his Discord or anything like that, but his ideology and his plan, I like that because like he enjoys a nice supercar for a year, gets rid of it, does the same thing every year. So it's like I respect that. That's having fun without losing your money, and all you're paying for is insurance. So it's like you got to pay for something, right? Your insurance, your regular maintenance and stuff. But other than that, like you're enjoying your car, you're getting rid of it, you're not losing actual money on the car because he buys them like used, and at a fair, he tries to only find the good deals, right? He waits for it. So that's very smart on him. I respect him for that aspect. I just don't follow his trades or anything like that though. He's a partner in a dealership now? Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I think he's become more of like a YouTuber lifestyle kind of thing. For me, it's just about being traded, it's just trading and helping people out. I'm not gonna walk around with a camera my whole life, be like, hey, look at this, I'm eating at this restaurant. That's just not me. Yeah, it's starting to like consolidate a little bit. Might break through, might just jump back down. Um, just keep in mind that this is that range right now, 3302 to 3267, right? That's where we've been bouncing back and forth now. We're getting more consolidation happening a little bit here, so pay attention to that. But it's about to be, it's 11:30. I think I might just call it a day, start cooking my lunch. You have some good profits today, and hopefully you guys have some profits as well if you're still trading. As always, I wish you guys the best. Bring in the bag, secure that cash. But yeah, I'll be here tomorrow, guys. We can trade. Hopefully Friday we'll see what we can find, right? But until then,